Imagine this. You walk into a cafe in Los Angeles. There's a girl sitting across the room, the kind of girl every man notices, confident, beautiful, calm, the type that usually ignores most guys. Now here's the strange part. Two men notice her. The first guy does what most men do. He keeps staring, overthinking, wondering what to say, maybe checking his phone nervously. The second guy? He barely looks at her, but within 10 minutes she's the one stealing glances at him. Another 5 minutes she walks past his table, slowly, and before the night ends, she starts the conversation. Now most men think attraction is about looks, money, or luck, but psychology tells a very different story. In fact, researchers studying attraction patterns discovered something shocking. Women are often drawn to subtle behavioral signals that trigger curiosity, emotional tension, and subconscious attraction. Meaning, a man who understands female psychology can make his crush feel drawn to him, even before he says a single word. But here's the brutal truth. Most men accidentally kill attraction before it even starts. They chase too hard. They talk too much. They reveal everything about themselves instantly, and the moment mystery disappears, so does her interest. In this video, I'm going to show you 7 powerful psychological tricks that can make your crush naturally start liking you. These are not pickup lines. These are behavioral signals, confidence cues, and emotional triggers that quietly activate attraction inside a woman's mind. Some of these techniques are used by high-status men, entrepreneurs, athletes, even celebrities like David Beckham, without most people realizing why they work. By the end of this video, you'll understand how to make your crush notice you without chasing, the subtle behaviors that create curiosity and intrigue, how to avoid the friend zone trap most men fall into, and the psychological trigger that makes women think about you even when you're not there. But pay close attention, because trick number 4 is the one most men get completely wrong. And fixing it alone can instantly change how women react to you. So if you've ever wondered, why does she like other guys, but not me? Then this video might completely change the way you approach attraction. Let's begin. 1. The scarcity effect. Why women notice the man who isn't chasing. Most men destroy attraction before it begins, because they chase attention too quickly. When a man constantly texts, stares, or tries too hard to impress, he signals emotional dependence. Women subconsciously read this as low value. Attraction psychology works differently. People desire what feels rare. This section explains the scarcity principle, how high-value men naturally create intrigue, and why subtle distance makes women curious. Viewers will learn how to avoid neediness, control their attention, and create a psychological pull without appearing cold or arrogant. The lesson integrates confidence building, emotional independence, avoiding friend zone traps, and creating mystery that sparks curiosity. 2. The confidence signal. Non-verbal communication that triggers attraction. Before words even begin, attraction is often decided through body language. Studies on social behavior show that posture, eye contact, and relaxed movement communicate confidence instantly. This lesson explores how subtle non-verbal signals influence female psychology. It teaches men how to use calm eye contact, relaxed posture, and controlled movements to project authority and masculine energy. Viewers will learn how charismatic men communicate attraction without appearing desperate, how micro-expressions reveal interest, and how to read subtle signals from a crush. The focus is on mastering non-verbal communication, charisma, life energy, and presence. 3. Playful teasing. The secret to escaping the friend zone. Many men talk to their crush politely but too safely. They become agreeable, overly nice, and predictable. The result? They get labeled as sweet instead of attractive. This lesson explains why playful teasing builds emotional tension and how humor activates attraction. It explores the psychology behind flirtation, why teasing creates intrigue, and how to balance respect with playful confidence. Men will learn how to compliment strategically, create emotional sparks during conversation, and avoid the common mistakes that push them into the friend zone. The focus is on humor, conversation flow, and emotional connection. 4. The curiosity loop. Why mystery creates desire. Human psychology is wired to chase unresolved curiosity. When someone reveals everything about themselves instantly, the mystery disappears. This section explains how to build anticipation through storytelling. subtle information gaps, and strategic communication. Viewers will learn how to control conversation pacing, reveal personal details slowly, and create intrigue that keeps their crush thinking about them even after the conversation ends. This lesson integrates emotional storytelling, social intelligence, and lifestyle signals that naturally increase perceived value. 5. Status and social proof. Why women are drawn to men others respect. Attraction isn't only about direct interaction. It's also influenced by social perception. When people see a man respected, admired, or socially valued, it automatically raises his attractiveness. This section explains social proof psychology. Why popularity, leadership, and strong social networks influence female interest. Examples from celebrities like David Beckham or entrepreneurs like Elon Musk demonstrate how status signals operate subconsciously. Men will learn practical ways to build social presence, demonstrate competence, and show lifestyle confidence without bragging. 6. Emotional control. The trait that makes a man instantly attractive. One of the strongest attraction triggers is emotional stability. When a man reacts calmly to rejection, teasing, or social pressure, he communicates strength. This section explores how emotional control builds trust, confidence, and mystery. Viewers will learn stoic techniques for managing anxiety, avoiding jealousy traps, and staying calm in conversations with women they like. The focus is on masculine composure, emotional independence, and resilience. 7. The attraction balance. Desire without desperation. The final lesson brings all previous strategies together. Attraction thrives on balance, interest mixed with independence, confidence paired with respect. This section explains how to show genuine interest without appearing needy, how to build emotional and romantic tension naturally, and how to move from attraction to deeper connection. It emphasizes boundaries, compatibility evaluation, and long-term relationship awareness. The goal is helping men develop authentic confidence and relationship success instead of relying on superficial tricks. 1. The scarcity effect. Why women notice the man who isn't chasing. Most men think attraction grows when they show more interest, more texting, more compliments, more attention. But in reality, attraction often grows when attention is balanced, not overwhelming. Think about this scenario. A man meets his crush and instantly begins investing heavily. He messages every morning, checks in constantly, and tries to keep the conversation alive all day. At first, it seems caring, but psychologically something subtle happens. When attention becomes unlimited, it loses value. Human beings naturally appreciate things that feel earned or slightly rare. When someone's time and attention are always available, curiosity disappears. Now imagine another man. He enjoys talking to her, but his life doesn't revolve around her responses. He replies thoughtfully but not instantly every time. Sometimes he's busy with work, fitness, friends, or personal goals. This creates a natural rhythm. His attention feels intentional, not desperate. And that difference triggers curiosity. One practical way to apply this is by avoiding constant messaging loops. Conversations should feel natural, not forced. When you step away from your phone and focus on your own life, you naturally create space that keeps conversations fresh. Another powerful habit is developing a life that genuinely excites you. When a man is passionate about his work, hobbies, travel, or personal growth, his energy changes. Women often notice men who seem engaged with life itself, not just focused on romantic attention. Scarcity also applies to compliments. If compliments are constant, they feel automatic. But when they are selective and thoughtful, they carry more emotional weight. For example, instead of repeating obvious praise, noticing unique qualities like someone's perspective, humor, or calmness creates deeper connection. Ultimately, scarcity is not about ignoring someone. It's about building a life where your time, energy, and attention naturally hold value. And when someone senses that your attention is meaningful rather than unlimited, attraction often grows more naturally. 2. The confidence signal. Nonverbal communication that triggers attraction. Before two people exchange many words, something powerful already happens. Humans read body language almost instantly. Posture, eye contact, facial expression, and movement patterns communicate emotional state long before a conversation begins. A man who walks into a room nervously, scanning for approval, gives a completely different signal compared to a man who appears relaxed and comfortable with himself. Confidence in body language does not require arrogance. It's simply the ability to appear calm and grounded. For example, maintaining relaxed eye contact during conversation communicates presence. It shows that you're listening and engaged, rather than distracted or anxious. Another signal is posture. Standing or sitting upright with relaxed shoulders communicates self-assurance. Slouched posture, constant fidgeting, or restless movement often signals insecurity without the person realizing it. Controlled movement is another subtle cue. People who move slowly and deliberately often appear more confident than those who rush through gestures or speech. Taking a moment before responding in conversation can make someone appear thoughtful and composed. Listening skills also play a big role in attraction. When a man listens attentively instead of interrupting or trying to impress constantly, the interaction becomes more balanced and comfortable. These small signals build an overall impression of confidence. And confidence, more than looks or money, is one of the strongest attraction triggers in human psychology. 3. Playful teasing, the secret to escaping the friend zone. Many men unintentionally place themselves in the friend zone by being overly agreeable. They try to avoid saying anything risky or playful because they fear losing approval. But attraction often thrives on light emotional tension. Playful teasing introduces that tension in a positive way. For example, when someone tells a funny story about always being late, a playful response might be, "So you're basically admitting you'd be the last person to show up to your own surprise party?" The tone is friendly and humorous, not insulting. This type of interaction creates a more dynamic conversation compared to purely polite exchanges. Humor also builds comfort. When people laugh together, the brain releases chemicals associated with relaxation and bonding. That shared laughter often strengthens connection. The key is balance. Teasing should always remain respectful and lighthearted. The goal is not to embarrass someone, but to create a playful dynamic where both people feel comfortable joking with each other. Another helpful strategy is mixing teasing with genuine appreciation. A playful comment followed by a sincere observation creates emotional contrast that keeps conversations interesting. For example, "You're surprisingly competitive, but I respect the dedication." This blend of humor and recognition often feels more engaging than constant praise alone. 4. The curiosity loop. Why mystery creates desire. Human curiosity is powerful. When people encounter something they don't fully understand, their minds naturally try to fill the gap. This principle applies strongly in social interactions. If someone shares every detail about themselves immediately, the conversation quickly loses mystery. But when information unfolds gradually, curiosity keeps people engaged. For example, if someone asks about your weekend and you mention trying a new hobby or visiting a unique place, sharing the highlight without explaining every detail invites follow-up questions. That curiosity keeps the interaction flowing naturally. Storytelling is another effective way to build intrigue. Instead of giving short factual answers, describing experiences through small stories allows others to imagine the moment. For instance, describing the atmosphere of a city trip or a memorable adventure can make the conversation more vivid and engaging. Curiosity also grows when someone feels there's more to discover about a person over time. This doesn't mean being secretive or distant. It simply means allowing conversations to develop naturally, rather than revealing everything at once. When curiosity is present, people often think about interactions long after they end, and that lingering curiosity can quietly strengthen attraction. 5. Status and social proof. Why women are drawn to men others respect. Human beings often evaluate others through social cues. When someone appears respected, valued, or admired by others, that perception influences how new people see them. This is known as social proof. For example, when a person enters a room and immediately connects with friends, colleagues, or acquaintances, observers often interpret that as a signal of positive social standing. Strong social networks communicate reliability and confidence. This doesn't require fame or wealth. Even small signals like being comfortable in group conversations, having supportive friendships, or contributing positively to social environments can demonstrate social value. Another element of social proof is competence. People are naturally attracted to those who demonstrate skill or passion in an area of life, whether it's career achievements, creative hobbies, sports, or leadership roles. The key is authenticity. Genuine enthusiasm for meaningful activities naturally builds respect and attraction. 6. Emotional control. the trait that makes a man instantly attractive. One of the most powerful qualities in relationships is emotional stability. Life inevitably brings stressful moments, disagreements, and unexpected challenges. A person's reaction to these situations often reveals their character. When a man remains calm during pressure or conflict, it communicates emotional maturity. This calmness doesn't mean suppressing feelings. It means responding thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively. For example, if a conversation becomes tense, pausing before responding can prevent unnecessary escalation. This ability to stay composed builds trust. It also shows self-awareness and confidence. Developing emotional control often involves self-reflection and perspective. Stoic philosophy emphasizes focusing energy on what can be controlled, one's actions, mindset, and choices, while accepting what cannot. Men who practice this mindset tend to appear more stable and grounded in relationships. And emotional stability is a quality many people deeply value in long-term partners. 7. The attraction balance. Desire without desperation. The final principle brings everything together. Healthy attraction often grows from balance. Interest combined with independence. Confidence paired with kindness. Connection mixed with personal boundaries. When someone expresses genuine interest while still maintaining their own goals, friendships, and personal growth, the relationship dynamic feels natural rather than overwhelming. Another important factor is evaluating compatibility early. Attraction alone doesn't guarantee a healthy relationship. Shared values, communication styles, and life goals play an important role in long-term connection. By approaching relationships with curiosity rather than desperation, men often make better decisions about who truly fits their lives. In the end, attraction isn't about manipulating emotions. It's about developing confidence, communication skills, and emotional awareness that allow genuine connections to grow. When these qualities come together, relationships tend to feel more balanced, respectful, and fulfilling for both people.